Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to ebay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on ebay.com.
With SRN News, I'm Ron DeRockstrup. The state of Georgia has become a legal and political battleground over coronavirus face mask jurisdictions. Governor Brian Kemp's encouraging people to wear masks but declines to make it mandatory. During a press briefing at the White House today, Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany says the Trump administration will not issue a national mask mandate.
We leave it to localities to make the decisions with regard to face coverings, and the CDC guidelines remain the same today, recommended but not required.
CDC Director Robert Redfield stated if every American immediately started wearing masks outside, the U.S. could control the coronavirus pandemic in 4 to 8 weeks. Also at srnnews.com, Britain, the U.S., and Canada have accused Russia of trying to steal information from researchers seeking a COVID-19 vaccine.
The three nations allege that hacking group APT-29, also known as Cozy Bear and said to be part of the Russian intelligence service, is attacking academic and pharmaceutical research institutions involved in coronavirus vaccine development. Britain's National Cybersecurity Centre made the announcement, which was coordinated with authorities in the US and Canada. The persistent and ongoing attacks are seen by intelligence officials as an effort to steal intellectual property.
Zara Shackley reporting. Attorney General William Barr is accusing Hollywood and U.S. tech firms of collaborating with the Chinese government to do business there. Barr says China is engaged in an economic blitzkrieg.
An aggressive, orchestrated, whole of government, indeed whole of society campaign to seize the commanding heights of the global economy and to surpass the United States as the world's preeminent technological superpower.
Tensions between the two countries have been rising over a host of issues. This is SRN News. A rash of attacks on churches has authorities investigating.
Over the past weekend, 4 buildings affiliated with the Catholic Church were set on fire or vandalized, including the 249-year-old San Gabriel Mission in California, which was gutted. It's not clear yet if any of the fires were arson, but the faithful are on edge. Catholic Action League Executive Director C.J. Doyle tells the Washington Times, quote, "Suspicion obviously turns toward left-wing extremists who have toppled Catholic statues recently." Michael Harrington, SRN News.
Human rights activists say minorities in Pakistan are increasingly vulnerable to Islamic extremists as Prime Minister Imran Khan vacillates between trying to forge a pluralistic nation and his conservative Islamic beliefs. In just the last month, a Christian was gunned down because he rented in a Muslim neighborhood. Another Christian, a pastor, his wife and 12-year-old son were beaten by their Muslim neighbors. This is SRN News. Spending habits of shoppers have slowly changed over the past year.
The Census Bureau says retail sales increased 7.5% in June. A brutal plunge in March and April was offset by a rebound in May and June. Spending at bars and restaurants jumped 20% last month, but it's still down 26% from a year ago. Sales at clothiers more than doubled from May to June, yet are still down 23% from a year ago. A J.C. Morgan Chase analysis of credit card sales shows the recovery in retail sales began to stall late last month as COVID-19 cases surged. Mike Hempen, Washington.
Her Magic School Bus book series sold tens of millions of copies, was the basis for a popular TV series, and transported millions of young people on extraordinary and educational adventures. Author Joanna Cole died this week at the age of 75. More details at srnnews.com.
The radical left-wing mob's agenda? Take over our cities, defund the police, pressure more towns to follow, and Joe Biden stands with them. Cutting police funding.
Yes, absolutely.
Eliminating cash bail, letting criminals back on the street, Violent crime exploding. Innocent children fatally shot. Who will be there to answer the call when your children aren't safe?
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
You have reached the 911 police emergency line. Due to defunding of the police department, we're sorry, but no one is here to take your call. If you're calling to report a rape, please press 1. To report a murder, press 2. To report a home invasion, press 3. For all other crimes, leave your name and number, and someone will get back to you. Our estimated wait time is currently 5 days. Goodbye.
And by the way, you know, I got hairy legs. Got hairy legs. Got hairy legs. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. And by the way, you know, I got hairy legs. Hairy legs, hairy legs, hairy legs, legs.
You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show.
Hello and welcome to the latest installment of the Bruce Montalvo Show's Lockdown Round 2 Marathon. This latest episode is called Here's Joe. You know, he's been hiding in that Bunker Joe. And we're pretty much going to cover all the twists and turns of Operation Corona Hoax. And the number to call in live is 480-382-8451. That's 480-382-8451. The listen line is 701-801-1138. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show, and you can join me on Spreaker, the Spreaker chat room. That's Spreaker.com/the Bruce Montalvo Show. And he's right out of The Shining. Joe Hayden. Because it's just the hiding with him, and finally decided to show his commie China-owned face. He's like a cheap Chinese knockoff running for president. And here's Joe coming through your door with a communist freaking hammer and sickle. And a big axe, too. He's looking to just axe America in half. And he's creepy. You know, this Joe Biden's creepy. He would smell your little girl's panties if you gave him a chance. If he was in the laundry room, you'd catch him with your 4-year-old's little Barney the Dinosaur underwear. He'd be right there smelling it. If he was in the hotel from The Shining, I mean, he's just like Jack Nicholson in The Shining, Joe Biden. He would be smelling the two creepy twins. The two creepy Shining twins, he'd be sniffing them. There'd be two Joe Biden sniffing them. Joe Biden, who's making America hate again with all these communist hate groups. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's the KKK or it's Black Lives Matter. Those are hate groups that are killing people in the streets, or the government is saying that people are dying, and it's really these people are here that are dying. Nobody's reporting it, but it's whatever. It's the propaganda machine of the government. And what I don't understand is how they could really seriously believe that Joe Biden could take on Donald Trump in a fight. I mean, he's hiding in his bunker. I mean, Joe Biden hides behind his wife at rallies when women start throwing trash and stuff. He's hiding behind his wife. I mean, Joe Biden is so creepy. You know that scene in The Shining where those two furries are like having sex or whatever in the hotel room? It's like the hotel room is haunted by two furries. two people in furry costumes. Joe Biden would be there. He wouldn't need a furry costume. You open the door and a furry just pops his head open from Joe Biden's lap. Okay? And are we not supposed to believe that Kamala, the wrestler, was also named Harris? You know, how'd they know? The WWF time travels, that's why. Are we supposed to believe that Kamala Harris, just as ugly as Kamala, the wrestler, didn't give sleepy Joe Biden a blowjob? I mean, she gave everybody a blowjob. The only black DNA in her is from Willie Brown. I mean, Joe Biden, who's like some vampire, reptilian, freaking goblin vampire bloodsucker, he's like sucking on his wife's finger for some blood. I need some blood. Sucking on her finger. You see that picture? He's sucking on her finger? And he's always smiling, right? You don't even know if he's really Joe Biden or he's just some clone of Joe Biden that the New World Order put up there, some clone that just falls apart after 2 hours, right? He's always smiling. Doesn't matter what it is, you know. You could ask him about Benghazi, he'll be smiling. You could ask him about unemployment, the debt, he'll be smiling. All right, terrorist attacks, he's got a big old smile on Biden's face, right? He's constantly smiling. Doesn't matter. You could ask him about American soldiers that die abroad and countless fat cat Federal Reserve wars. He'll be smiling, right? He's a Chinese agent. He's always smiling, right? You could ask him about your little health care. He's smiling about that too. He doesn't give a damn. Joe Biden doesn't give a damn whether you're healthy or not. He's banking to put y'all back in chains. Right, so the tide of terror that's going to sweep America is only beginning if the communists take control of the presidency. I mean, you already have them saying that they want to register all the guns. They want a national gun registration. Doesn't matter if you have a squirt gun, they want to know about it. And all these black groups run by Obama, the biggest Satanist of them all. You saw him on the History Channel, Obama, he looked just like Satan. Satan looked just like Obama. And they're all part of the Order of Nine Angles. Right out of Los Angeles. Because that's where Satan lives. Just look that up. You'll see everybody that's involved in that. It's a right wing, left wing. It doesn't matter what wing it is. It's the same bird that's going to eat your eyeballs. Okay, but if you look on the leftist, Marxist, communist news network, you see they're crying because they don't want you to make fun of Joe Biden at all. No, he's smart. He's a smart man. Yeah, he comes out there looking like a friggin' They Live alien telling you that he's going to outlaw breathing. Right? No, Joe Biden. Oh my God, Joe Biden's getting bashed by radio shows that support Trump. You got that little fruitcake, Brian Stelter, having like his period because so-called right-wing radio is attacking Biden. Meanwhile, that's all these idiots do 24/7 is attack Trump. Right? I can't even believe that these morons would run with a story that says that they polled people and Joe Biden could win in a boxing match against Trump. I mean, really? Donald Trump clotheslined and ground and pound Vince McMahon of the WWF when he was on freaking roids. I mean, what's he going to do to this frail, brainless, lobotomized idiot Joe Biden, who's a pedophile, right? Who would twist your little girl's nipples as soon as you turn around. No, he doesn't even care. He'll do it right in front of you because he's Joe Biden. But it doesn't matter, right? Because Google's like this all-seeing eye, this oracle. And if you ask it the right questions, it'll give you clues. So if you type in who will win the 2020 election, it says it all over the place. Trump win, Trump win, Trump win. You could like type in and find on your Mac to find certain words, and you type in win, and you see Trump's name in like a billion little mentions. But of course, Google's probably working on reorganizing the AI god and making it more liberal so it doesn't side with Trump. But no, really, 2020 polling, right? You don't have to poll anybody, right? Google is telling you right off the bat that subliminally that Trump's going to win. So, I mean, if all hell's breaking loose now, just imagine when Trump wins. And all that Biden money is Black Lives Matter giving Biden money to run. You know, everything that Black Lives Matter does, they go, they rob Gucci, and then they kill some kids or whatever, and then they burn their house down, or they burn your car down, and they say they're going to take your house and kill your white kids in it. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're getting all sorts of money, slush money, criminal money, and they're funneling it to Joe Biden. You have 99.64% of the BLM's defund the police donations are going to Joe Biden. So if you think Joe Biden is, if you think America's bad now, just wait till Joe Biden gets a hold of America. Your stars and stripes are going to turn into red and yellow. And I don't mean McDonald's. I mean freaking communism. Comunismo. Right? And the other one, the one he picked, Camel Toe, Harry Camel Toe, or whatever, this cop. I mean, they're bitching day in and day out in stupid libtard cities like Portland for 87 days about how they hate the cops and defund the cops, and old white men are the problem. Then they go and they pick an old white man and a cop to run their jackass ticket, because you see the Democrat logo is a donkey. So really, you just see them for what it's worth. They're a bunch of jackasses. And she's about as white as freaking vanilla ice cream. That's how white Kamala Harris is. Or Camel Toe Harris. Harry Camel Toe, who is the descendant of slave owners. Her ancestors owned slaves in Jamaica, and then in 2016 they said she was the first Indian American. Now to suit their narrative, they're saying, oh, she's African American now. Meanwhile, she owned black slaves. How do you like that? Brothers? You gonna pick her? Brothers? Right? Having affairs with Willie Brown. Dirty Willie Brown. She was like the concubine in Willie Brown's affair. Harry Camel Toe. Harry Camel Toe and Willie Brown. Willie Brown approves of Harry Camel Toe. I'll tell you, all the memes are correct. Joe Biden might as well just dress himself up in a giant Newport cigarettes outfit with cornrows, and he's got his hoe, because he's the ding-dongs. You got the ding-dongs and the hoes that you get, the ho-hos that you get in the grocery store across the street, in the bodega, and then you just put Harry Camel Toe, because that's what she's known on the hood as. You put Harry Camel Toe Harris on the corner, make you some money, right? Because Joe Biden might as well be getting his dick sucked. That's what he's doing. Hey, slave bitch, come over here and go down on the colonel. That's what he's doing. He's a dirty bastard. You can see how she's looking at him like she's been already, puffing his magic dragon. It's not so magical. He just falls asleep. That's probably why they call him Sleepy Joe, right? Because she gave Sleepy Joe a blow. First, they're trying to apply, their agenda towards Joe Blow, but it couldn't get any more Joe Blow than the two of them, right? And what's weird is the wrestler Kamala from WWF, he just died, and his last name was Harris. Some type of time travel by the WWF right there, predictive programming. And you know what? If Trump were really to go toe-to-toe with Joe Biden isn't as scary as Jack Nicholson, right? His policies are, but Trump will just grab that baseball bat and just Babe Ruth his ass. You seen Trump with that baseball bat, whip his ass. Or maybe it's all just a game and Trump is he's been rumored of being a Democrat friend, shaking Chuck Schumer's hand. Maybe he's just, like in that picture, he's getting inaugurated. Biden's right there. Doesn't even know where the hell he is. Nobody's shaking his hand. He's got his hand out like an idiot. Nobody's even talking to him. But it's like predictive programming. You see the passing of the guard or the communist guard. Because, things got pretty commie under Trump. He could be the last line of defense of the old guard, a good old American guard, or he could be a Democrat plant. You'll never know, and I don't know because I'm not in the friggin' CIA. But one thing I do know is hiding. Joe Biden hides behind his wife when protesters are yelling at him over cow farts or whatever. He gets so scared. Oh, and he confused his wife with his cousin or whatever, which sounds totally like Joe Biden. Look, Joe Biden didn't even want to pick Harry Camel Toe Harris. Joe Biden wanted to pick a can of freaking real mayonnaise to run with him. He was serious. He was, look. So I got these legs and they got hair on them, and I like to watch the hair go up on my legs in the pool because it's blonde. And while I'm in there, I use this can of real mayonnaise as suntan lotion, and it makes the hair, my hairy legs, a lot brighter. So I endorse real mayonnaise for vice president, right? I mean, this digital virtual platform that the communist Democrats are running on, I mean, it kind of neuters Trump because Trump's got the big WWF audience. And over here, the Democrats are beating his huge audience with huge ratings with like little social distancing, secret symbolism, witchcraft little circles, summon demons they got, and they only allow like 3 people in there, and it's quiet, and he doesn't answer any questions. I mean, this guy's like Stalin. Look, Biden will pluck all the feathers out. If you were a chicken, Biden is going to pluck all the feathers off of your body. And then when you're sitting there, you're the chicken, you're in pain, you're lying there bleeding, all plucked of all your feathers. He's going to start giving you chicken feed, and you're going to forget that you're bleeding. You're going to start eating, and then he's just going to stomp your freaking chicken neck. But he's not going to do it. His administration is, because they're saying he's not even going to make it past the first term or whatever. And if he keeps wearing that mask, he'll probably drop from breathing his own carbon dioxide. But in a they live moment, and they keep saying this is what leadership looks like. Right? I mean, this is what leadership from the movie or documentary They Live looks like. Biden urging mandatory face masks for the next 3 months in an effort to save these 40,000 lives. Really, Bill Gates was photographed with a book that said how to lie about your statistics. And that's all they keep doing with these statistics. Lying and lying and lying and lying. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be the party of the poor and oppressed, but they're nominating the old rich pedophile, white dude, and a dirty cop. Okay? Joe Biden should just go up there and wear the freaking pandemic, the pandemic face mask with the giant like crow face, pandemic face mask. He should just go up there looking like that. He would probably get all the goth voters. Okay? And the disrespect just continues. I mean, for Trump. I mean, they're calling his wife a porn star. How can you call Kamala Harris nasty when your wife's a porn star? I mean, these liberals are disgusting. They're really gross people. Oh, Trump's full of shit. That's why the country ran out of toilet paper. Look, motherfucker, there's plenty of toilet paper. Trump just restocked all of America with plenty of toilet paper so you could wash your ass that is now in your mouth, because like the South Park episode, everybody's got a butt where their mouth used to be nowadays because they're wearing this Corona face diaper diarrhea mask. Okay? And, you know, there's a lot of predictive programming and symbolism, especially in New World Order networks like Viacom's Cartoon Network. And I remember seeing the cartoon series Boondocks. They had a newspaper, and it said Oprah Winfrey elected president November 8th, 2020. And, you know, if you squint your eyes, it kind of looks like Harry Camel Toe Harris on the newspaper. I mean, maybe they got it wrong. Maybe it was like some type of time travel that almost maybe subversive, subliminal, but I mean, they do have a supposed black woman running for president. Here in 2020, they have a black woman elected president. That's what they're running her as. So they got part of it right. But It's literally, Hostess should just endorse Biden and Harris, and they should endorse them as the Ding Dongs and the Ho-Ho's party. The Ho-Pedo. Newport cigarette jumpsuits and hooker freaking mini skirts for everybody. Okay? If he only had a brain. This guy is like, not only is he like right out of The Shining, but he's like the Tin Man or whoever from The Wizard of Oz. Doesn't have a brain. No, he's the devil. Okay? And that's what you're going to get. A communist devil. You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show Marathon. We'll be right back. The number to call is 480-382-8451. Join me live in my chat room on Spreaker.com/The Bruce Montalvo Show. I'll be right back.
Montalvo Broadcasting Network. Support MBN, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, and shop with us over at Montalvo Store. Go to eBay.com and search in the advanced search. Type in Montalvo Store. Now support Montalvo Broadcasting Network. We have a wide array of books on conspiracy, apparel, and much more. Support your favorite radio station, Montalvo Broadcasting Network, by visiting Montalvo Store on eBay.com.